What's up, YouTube? Vetman here. So I'm going to preface this video by saying that I thought about waiting to do this video until I got the ulties of a couple of cards because I am going to be buying them. But at the same time, I just wanted to go ahead and post this because it's fun. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on the English version of 2 of the pieces of the extra deck, which it's not that big of a deal. I did end up buying the Japanese counterpart to it because they were fairly cheap. It's a really fun deck. I've shown the deck before, but it's a completely different build from how I was playing it in the past. But it's super, super fun. Now, I will say this. The version of this deck is the FTK OTK version. I will say between this one and the other build where you can just basically set up a really strong board, I will say this is probably the more inconsistent version because a well-placed Ghost Ogre or a well-placed Ash Blossom basically can shut this deck down really hard. So we'll go ahead and get into it. It's Gem Knights. So, starting with 3 Lazuli. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. 3 Lazuli. Basically, anytime this card is sent to the graveyard, you're going to target a normal monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So anytime you're fusing, anything like that, it's amazing. 3 Gem Armadillo. Because of the new Link monster, Gem Armadillo has actually become playable. You basically didn't play Armadillo at maybe other than 1 in previous builds, so he's actually really good now. He's your Stratos for the deck. 3 Obsidian. He's basically your Lazuli, but you're going to special summon a normal monster from your graveyard instead when he's sent from your hand to the graveyard by card effect. So if you fuse, you're going to get his effect, summon back your normals. 3 Tourmaline. It's just probably the best of the normals just because it's an easy summon, whatever, I don't know. No, I honestly just really like Tourmaline. I like him better than, I don't remember his name. The one that was really popular for a while. And then 3 Lapis. You need Lapis for this version of the deck at 3 because of the OTK with the deck. Like, you have to be playing 3 Lapis to make sure that you're popping into Gem Knight Lady Lapis with her effects. Alright, and then your non-gem cards, 3 Rescue Rabbit. You're running 6 normals, so Rescue Rabbit's really good, especially after a Seraphinite. You get your second normal summon. And then kind of a gem card, 1 Crystal Rose. Crystal Rose is just really good. It just extends your plays by banishing a fusion monster in your graveyard. You get to special summon it, and then basically you can use it on the board by sending a monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then this becomes that monster. So it's really good. And then just your hand traps, 3 Ghost Ogres, and a Max C. So that's basically it for the hand traps. Yes, I'm going to be buying Ultimate Brilliant Fusions. That's the card I was talking about that I probably was wanting to wait for, but at the same time, like, I just want to go ahead and show the deck off. And the reason I'm not playing Ash is I'm too poor to play Ash, and I'd rather play Ulti Brilliant Fusion than Ash. I know, Scrub Lord. Your spells, 3 Brilliant Fusion. If you're playing gems, you're playing 3 freaking Brilliant Fusion. Do not play less. 3 Gem Knight Fusion. Gem Knight Fusion's amazing. 3 Absorb Fusion. This card searches any Gem Knight card from your deck. It's amazing. 2 Unexpected Die. Love this card. If you open kind of janky, but you open this, you can basically still get back into the game pretty easy. So it's really good. And then 1 Regeki and 2 Cosmic Cyclone. And then to round it out, 3 traps, 2 strike, 1 warning. I'm probably going to be picking up 1 more strike for the deck. It's right now 40 cards exactly, but I'll probably up it to 41 just to put in that 3rd strike, because strike says fuck hand traps. And this deck dies to hand traps like nobody's business. And like I said, if you're playing the OTK, FTK version of the deck, it's very inconsistent when it comes to... the deck cannot come back from a very well-placed Ash Blossom or Ghost Ogre. It's really hard for this deck. Fusions, 3 Master Diamond. In this version of the deck, you have to be playing 3 of this. You're more than likely going to be using all 3 of this. If you can hear, our new dog is out in the backyard barking. It's probably a leaf. So you just summon him. You're going to banish your Lady Lapis from your graveyard. You're going to burn your opponent after you've already burned them again. So basically, you're using his effect to copy Lady Lapis. If you need them, you have 2 Lady Brilliant Diamond, 2 Gem Knight Zirconia, sorry, 1 Prismora. I mean, you just target, basically, if you summon him, you're just trying to get something off the board that you can't deal with before you're going for your OTK or whatever. And then Topaz is for smaller things. He gets to attack again. And then 1 Seraphonite. Seraphonite's just amazing. And then 3 Lady Lapis. For this deck, this is the heart and soul of the deck, because you're going to be summoning this, burning your opponent, making Master Diamond off this and a couple other things, activating Master Diamond, burning them again, Master Diamond, and then another one. Basically, you're just burning your opponent for 8,000 plus turn 1 because of this and Master Diamond. Yeah. And then the 2 Phantom Core. Like I said, these are the Japanese versions. We haven't gotten the English ones yet, and from what it seems like, they're going to be shitting all of the Vrains Pack stuff from Japan into the Japanese set, or into the American Extreme Forces set. We've already gotten confirmation on like 3 or 4 of the Link monsters, so I guarantee we're probably going to be seeing this in Extreme Forces. Hopefully we're going to see it as like an Ultra or a Super, and not a Secret, just because I don't feel like spending an ass ton of money to try to pick it up. Because there is a lot of hype behind this deck. Just because there's a lot of people that have wanted Gem Knights to be good for years. I am one of them. But the OTK version is probably, it's consistent because it's a 2-card OTK. But the fact of the matter is, if your opponent stops one of those 2 cards, it immediately shuts down the entire play, because that's your entire deck at that point is centered around making the FTK happen. Now, if you guys want to see it, I can put together the other version where basically you play 1 or none of Lady Lapis, you play Xyz monsters, and you basically make it a giant board that sits on and your opponent can't get around it. I can put that together if you guys want to see it. But if you guys don't know, what the Phantom Core does is when he's Link summoned, you can... Sorry, so he's a 2-link downward diagonals. He takes 2 gem monsters, so not Gem Knights, and that's why Armadillo is amazing now. So just 2 gem monsters. When he's Link summoned, you search your deck for any Gem Knight card and add it to your hand. Once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points to return from your banished area or your graveyard to deck monsters listed on a Gem Knight fusion, and fusion summon that monster. So that's why the OTK and FTK came about. Now, if we ever see a ban list for Gem Knights because of this, the only thing I ever want to see on there is this thing. Limit her or ban her, and the OTK and the FTK completely goes away. Because at that point you're forcing yourself to make giant boards and attack instead of just burning your opponent. And then at that point your opponent has other options to stop attacks. There's thousands of them in this game. So that's the deck, guys. Let me know what you guys think. It's really fun, but like I said, I was playing against a guy testing the other day online. What ended up happening is I drew the FTK, he opened Ash and Ghost Ogre, and I couldn't play anymore. He ashed, I think he ashed Armadillo, or ashed Seraphonite, one of the two, and then he Ghost Ogre'd the other, and I couldn't continue. There was nothing I could do from there, because you have to make your board, and once you've basically been shit on like that, this deck cannot come back from it. Other decks, on the other hand, where they have other combo pieces and can kind of continue around things like that, Cool, continue. Gym Knights, unfortunately, don't have that kind of privilege to be able to get past that hard of a hand trap. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I will see you guys later. Peace, guys.